Okay, guys, so picture this. You're a producer and you want to make a new Sherlock Holmes movie, but you need to get the right director for the job. So who do you get?
Why,
Or
the
to,
British
to
Tarantino
direct him?
himself.
Yes, Guy Ritchie. You get Guy Ritchie to make a film about civilized the era that is stereotyped by civilized gentlemen, and you get the guy who made a film about hard London gangster people.
Although, quite honestly, that
Maybe
is
he's a
a.
diverse director.
Although, to be
Yeah.
fair, though, that is kind of where Sherlock got some of his roots from. And, well, let's just say, audience, before you take this the wrong way, I find this movie good.
Anyway, welcome to Sherlock Holmes, the 2009 movie, of course, directed by Guy Ritchie and starring the world-renowned British actor Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I do remember his very British background.
Yes, he hails from the British state of the US.
Indeed, Britain has states.
But hey,
Wait.
they got an actual Brit to play Watson, in this case Jude Law.
Mm-hmm.
All right, audience, start your copy of the movie just before them cobbled streets come up that lead up into the Warner Brothers logo,
And yes, today will be hosted by the native English/American speaking trio.
i.e., me, Shiwei, and Jova.
Yeah.
You may remember us from such classics as our Jurassic World commentary and our, hopefully for the third and final time, Lion King commentary.
All right then, 3, 2, 1, click. But yeah, other than his background, Guy Ritchie was an odd choice for another reason. His past few movies weren't exactly box office smashes.
Do tell.
Well, the last one he did, Rock and Roller, was it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't that much of a success either, and that was with Warner Brothers as well. It came out the
Well, I guess
previous year.
so. Well, I guess so long as it's not a flop, I guess at worst it could be seen as a fluke. Now, did he do anything like? Did he like really infamously bad?
Yes, he did a film that starred his then wife Madonna.
Huh? He used to be Madonna's wife.
What? You mean husband, Jova?
I mean, husband.
Anyway, here we go. There's Watson on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not they are. Yeah, Jude Law, aka the guy who did Lemony Snicket's voice one time.
Now, as Dwibs pointed out, this is, well, at the time, this was a Sherlock Holmes that kind of went against the norm of having most Sherlock Holmes tales be rather gentlemanly, albeit, well, posh.
Swept Away. That's what that Madonna film was.
Wonder what it's about.
Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he did Revolver, a film that's apparently so bad that even one of my friends who's a diehard Ritchie fan can't defend that.
Oh boy.
Then he did Rock and Roller. And yes, there he is. Sherlock Holmes, played by Robert Downey Jr.
Now, one of
And,
the main
well,
differences from this and other Sherlock Holmes is like, well, this is a Sherlock Holmes that's kind of, well, for lack of a better term, willing to get his hands a bit more dirtier than the other ones.
Funnily enough, I believe this film came out not too long before the Sherlock Modern Day show.
Yeah. In fact, I think a lot of people mistook that for this.
Yeah, this came out in December
2009.
2009. December 2009. No, Sherlock was in July of 2010.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sherlock's on the way to save a damsel in distress. This one, who was
Ah,
basically,
basically the satanic sacrifice category of damsel.
yes, led by one of our most prolific bad guy actors, Mark Strong.
Also British?
Yes, who was actually in Rock and Roller, the film, the film before this one. Because a Guy Ritchie trope seems to be that he likes getting actors from his previous movies, like in now in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the guy who played Moriarty in Sherlock Holmes' Game of Shadows played Henry Cavill's boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, don't mention Revolver.
Reference? So, what was so bad about... Well, have you seen Revolver?
No, but I haven't heard good things about it.
Future commentary.
Potentially. So, guys, have you seen or read anything else Sherlock Holmes related?
Oh,
I
yes,
have
I
not.
have.
All right, Joe, what did you do?
Well, I have, of course, read the very famous Basket of Hounds.
Hound of the Baskervilles?
Yeah, Hound of the Baskervilles. God dang, I get that name mixed up all the time. I've read a few classic Sherlock Holmes tales here and there, albeit I've sort of seen more than read mostly about it.
And what about you, Shiwi?
I said I haven't.
Oh, you haven't. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, it's fine.
Right. So, oh yeah, and well, one thing that has carried over from Guy Ritchie's previous films is his way of shooting action.
Mm-hmm.
I.e. the slowed down frame rate and stuff. Although, even though Guy Ritchie is also a writer, he didn't write this one. The actual writers are, let me get it up, because I think Jova might recognise one of them. Michael Robert Johnson, Anthony Peckham, Lionel Wydrum, and Simon Kinberg.
Oh, yep, that rings a bell all well.
Okay, how that guy must be really amazing because he can hide a glass knife.
Actually, it was kind of like, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, you actually can do that. It was practically as thin as a wire, which is a trick some people can do. In fact, it's a famous booby trap.
I believe that is Lestrade.
Mm-hmm. Lestrade,
Played-
basically the famous detective who butts heads with Sherlock, to say the least.
Played by Eddie Marsan.
Now, in most continuities, he eventually develops to, of course, come to respect Sherlock, and in some cases, they actually respect each other. Here, not so much. For the time being, anyway.
Yeah. In fact, one thing that is kind of speaking of rock and roller, these kind of movies that Warner Brothers keep throwing to Guy Ritchie is part of the reason why they haven't gotten a sequel to Rock and Roller.
You know what's funny? A lot of people were worried about the Sherlock Holmes movie possibly sucking when they saw the style it was being in.
Well, that and but Guy Ritchie's pedigree is Ritchie is hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the music's done by Hans Zimmer.
This is definitely one of his good soundtracks.
Well, boy, it doesn't make me want to cover my ears, so...
Let's remember Dweebs. He was loved at times.
Yeah.
He brought
So
us
there
The
we
Lion
are,
King, there's that, and, well, to be fair, post-2013.
So yeah, Blackwood is going to be hanged. Because remember, this is Victorian times.
Uh-huh. I think hanging's actually still a thing in some areas, too. Yeah, that's
And,
right. This is, of course, around the time when Watson's to be moving in with his fiance. What?
Fiance. I don't think there's a marriage plan till Game of Shadows.
Oh, yeah, true.
Interesting way of putting up a painting. Nah, because that's the thing about Sherlock. He's a bit odd. Half the time he prefers being alone. Half the time he just prefers someone he can ramble to.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I learned in detective literacy that Watson actually is so concerned for Holmes that he's actually kept a record of Holmes's strengths and his shortcomings.
Hmm.
I will admit, though, that does help keep Holmes relatable, seeing as how he does have his weaknesses here and there. Like, yeah, he presents himself as ultra super smart. The fact, though, is that, well, he kind of has to prepare more often than not for that.
Right. In fact, I wanted one
Oh, wait,
reason
I
why I
love this
wanted to
part.
show the rest VR. Oh my God, Shiwai Joba, show that this movie predicted the rise of VR.
Oh God.
Why
And the
was
increase of people getting sick, I guess.
He's testing managing to mute a gun sound.
Hmm. You're not a vampire, mate. So that ain't that bad.
Ah, yeah, Holmes can also be a bit of a recluse at times, for whatever
A
reason.
bit. A bit. Wow, that was quick.
It's funny because around at the time, Holmes had kind of, well, again, this sort of broke the norm of how a lot of films showed Holmes, being this dapper, clean gentleman. When you have to realize that the roots he came from in the original story is Holmes wasn't exactly what you would call an orthodox gentleman all the time.
Well, he's not exactly sociable.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, he does get better over the course of the movies, and that's also a plus. Yeah, I will say one thing I do love about this in the second movie, is how they definitely go out of the way to make Holmes a nice, relatable character who is also still super smart, but doesn't come off as perfect. Oh
One
no,
thing
the dog.
we can do in this commentary, in the past, Joe Ver's liked to test foreign actors trying on American accents. In this case, me and Shiwori can test whether Robert Downey Jr. does a good British accent.
Oh,
All
good.
right.
Is that why Robert Downey Jr. took on this film? There's nothing of interest for me out there. Iron Man 2's not for another few months.
And don't even give it. And there's no Tropical Thunder 2 coming, so. Off to Britain for Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. Also, one thing I do like about at least my Blu-ray copy, no black bars.
Yeah, true. Is it just me, or is Robert Downey Jr. going for the Pierce Brosnan form of Sherlock voice?
I think it's Pierce.
Oh, no.
Besides, remember Pierce Brosnan's Irish.
I know, what I mean is, I'm pretty sure that Pierce Brosnan once played Sherlock Holmes, and, I feel like, well, he's...
You sure you're not thinking of Remington Steele or James Bond?
No, actually, because I recently actually got to see a clip of Pierce Brosnan as Sherlock Holmes. Let's see.
Oh yeah, another thing about Victorian times, the fascinating mustaches.
Yes.
Thankfully, still kept within.
Hmm.
Huh.
One moment.
So, why do you bring up Remington Steele when it comes to Sherlock Holmes, mind you?
Because they're kind of similar. I've heard Remington Steele's a detective-ish character too.
And he has sort of a Watson?
Maybe. I don't know. Might have done.
Perhaps.
Take Watson. Sherlock. Ever heard of TMI?
Oh, yes, he has. And he loves to exploit it.
Wow, this is quite the
Hmm. Uh-oh.
all right. Well,
Okay, she
yeah, yeah,
insists.
yeah. She insisted. Ain't gonna be
Oh.
his fault, mostly. Yeah. What?
Oh.
What? I was gonna say what ink?
Oh, boy.
You know, after having watched the more modern, the modern Sherlock show,
Yeah.
kind of puts, kind of gives you a little bit more insight into a little bit more insight into this one.
Do tell.
It's well, for the most part, I think Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch play the roles the same.
Wasn't Benedict Cumberbatch's, though, kind of playing a lot more in the reclusive, sort of, well, scarred sense?
Well, at first he was just a bit of a well, little bit of a mopey git.
Mhm. Also, real awkward, Holmes. Real awkward.
I don't think he notices.
Or he notices and he just was trying to get a reaction. You can never
Well,
tell.
he's good at hiding it.
Well, to be fair, I guess we learned why he has to.
And now boxing. Well, bare knuckle. Wow. Hey, Jova, here's our snatch homage.
Yep.
A bare knuckles boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
This time with Victorian style music.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, this is one. I remember this is one thing To didn't really like.
What, the fight or how he wins the fight?
No. He didn't really like the fact. He didn't really like that they made Sherlock into a pugilist.
Pugilist.
At least that's what I recall.
What, the fact that he'll actually beat people up?
I think.
Oh, that. Well, what's wrong with that?
Not sure. I don't think I've. Again, I could be remembering what you said wrong. And oops.
That looked like it hurt.
Come on.
To be fair, though, I don't think he actually is a professional pugilist here. He's. In fact, if I recall
Oh,
correctly.
Rachel McAdams.
Yep. There she is.
Two Americans, but one of them is actually playing an American.
Oh, I didn't know her character was American.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here we get to see in full depth on how Holmes plans out his takedowns.
Well, we saw that a bit earlier.
True, yeah, but now we get to see in, like, full depth here and there.
Hmm. Ooh. Oh no, this isn't how it's happening now. It's
How he's
I was
planning it
imagining
out.
it. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get to see it in full speed when he pulls it off.
You know, he does kind of look a little bit like Gorgeous George from Snatch.
Yeah, he does. Oh. Hit him where it hurts physically and mentally.
Yep.
Physically in the guts and the crotch.
Because that's always
mentally
fun.
right in the pride.
So yeah, I was saying to Jova earlier, Shiwoi, this is Guy Ritchie thinking he's directing Snatch again. Sorry, audience. Had a bit of nose problems recently, and it's not. I haven't got a cold either. These things just kind of happen. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I bet all my fortune on the other guy?
Oh, that's going to make a lovely bill.
Back when, yes,
Yeah, back to the movie.
Yes, this was back when large sums of money were on like these huge pieces of paper, and now Pentonville.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you put him in isolation?
They tried, but his guard got... Well, there you go. Also, I don't know what they had at their own solitary confinement there. It's probably the best thing they had.
So, so Blackwood put Crucio on. I mean, used his black arts magic. Oh, come on, this movie was asking for that kind of joke. This is a Warner Brothers movie. Watson, I know that date didn't go well, but was it really that bad for you to go straight to the brewery? Yeah, the results are flies don't like lights. Eye surgery. Oh god, can you imagine the eye growing out of his mouth?
Oh boy.
Oh, like a Saw movie. Do either of you have a background in this kind of science, whatever this is?
Not really.
I call it the science of Holmes logic.
What was his last request? Can I kiss Sherlock?
Okay, you know the man who wronged me and everything? I want to catch him completely off guard by kissing him. Even he won't see it coming.
Oh yes, I think that's Tower Bridge they're building.
Yep, I believe that's by the Thames.
Any of you guys been London?
Sadly, no.
I go to London a lot.
I've been there like 3 or 4 times.
Oh wow.
I've heard it can be a fun city.
One time when I was there, I actually heard a car crash right behind me.
Oh.
I hear that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
I just missed a car crash in Swansea.
Huh.
Because people can't look when they go where they're going when they drive, apparently.
Dang. Ooh.
Or maybe they're tourists and they can't read the Welsh signs.
No, it was in a residential area.
All right.
So, turns out...
No signage excuse.
Jesus, this was... so he wants it back, only just throw it out the window anyway. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that grin, Watson.
He loves it when he can get one over Holmes. But again, that's part of the reason in one of the books I read why he likes to keep a list of Holmes' shortcomings. If only to just remind Holmes that he's human just like us all.
All right, now you've seen one of your own secure police officers get crucioed, pretty much. So I think it's best if you keep Holmes and Blackwood a fair distance away.
Well, sadly, apparently the rules of the last request before death are obligatory. Of course, anything bar let me out.
That'd be something. What if you could do that? Yeah, I mean, a little bit earlier, he had one inmate continually bash his head against the bars until his head snapped in half.
Ugh.
Okay, I made that up, but considering his powers, I wouldn't be surprised if that were true.
Yeah.
So yes, you know the amount of times Mark Strong's played a bad guy, you can you know those gags in cartoons where they open a scroll and then it goes all the way across the world.
Oh boy.
You could apply that to him, unless it's Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Hmm. Let me guess, he's a good guy there.
Yes, he is the bad guy in there. Samuel L. Jackson.
Huh. Who more often than not plays a good guy. Well, then again, Samuel Jackson tends to be off and on.
Hmm. A Game of Shadows, by any chance?
Hmm.
So I take it you've seen Game of Shadows as well, Joe.
Yep. Love that movie. Even more than this one.
Well, we'll get to that when when I'm done with this one.
What are your thoughts on this movie and its sequel anyway, Dwebs? Well,
I enjoyed them. I enjoy them both. I mean, they're good for what they are. Fun adventures with Sherlock.
so what's your
And Watson.
favorite incarnation of Holmes and Watson, respectively?
The only ones I've really seen are this one, the Sherlock TV show, and the most recent film, Mr. Holmes, with Ian McKellen.
Sorry, one moment.
It worries everyone, Blackwood. You are far from alone.
Mm. I need you. Implying Holmes
Yeah.
is really that sane anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of sane, there's his famous pipe, which tended to be filled with rather interesting contents. Yeah, let's not beat around the bush. In a lot of cases, Holmes is kind of a drug addict.
And oh, yeah. By the way, this movie was rated 12
Uh-huh.
around here in the UK.
Yep.
And when I saw this in the cinema with a friend of mine, this came out in around, I watched it around a bit after my birthday, so I was around 16.
Oh, so was I then.
Well, you and I were born in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be another thing. If there's a property that is, well, British in its originally, we're going to need at least me and Shearer in on it because, well,
And more often than not, it'll probably end up including me because I'm the closest thing to Britain.
Well, it doesn't
Roots
page
wise.
Yeah, sure.
Roots wise, not distance wise.
Yeah. And okay, now we got our proper introduction to Irene Adler, played by Rachel McAdams.
If I recall correctly, in one continuity, she and Holmes actually have a kid, a daughter.
Again, I haven't really read the books. I've only watched like a few episodes of certain TV shows and these movies, as well as Mr. Holmes.
Fair point.
I actually rather liked Mr. Holmes,
Who, the character?
the most recent movie.
Ah. Weird that they would have another movie running while apparently there's a third Downey Jr. film due to come, apparently.
Well, there's all sorts of stuff going on. There's Ritchie doing other movies. The most recent one coming up is a new King Arthur movie. So Shiroy, the dark magic practicer is dead.
Yep, hanged and everything.
I'm sure
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm sure he'll never bother anyone again.
Well, like he just said, death is only the beginning. I'm sure that won't have any furloughing consequences. Also, that poor dog! Well, at least it's conscious now.
Just drink your tea.
So long as it hasn't been poisoned. You know that list that's long for me? Well, I've got a list that's even longer on you, darling.
Moriarty. Harry Marty. Yeah, Harry Marty. I didn't say Moriarty, did I?
You just said Moriarty there, actually.
Oh, shit.
It's okay, though. Just replace it with the man who shows up at the end of Amazing Spider-Man, and we'll be just as in the dark about it. Mind you, in the shadows.
Well, speaking of in the shadows, that's all. Well, Moriarty is in this movie, but he's just in the shadows in this one. And they replace his actor in the sequel anyway, so moot point. I'm a woman holding roses. I'm in no way a shady character.
Oh, but don't all women hold roses in the Victorian era?
There we are. There we are. By the way, sir, when's your plastic surgery and voice box operation?
It'll come in about a few years or two. By the way, it may involve you having to die, but that's a moot point.
Yeah, are you gonna get that done in the next 2 years?
Why, yes, indeed. In fact, I'll prepare you a nice funeral. I mean, a nice, fun package.
A nice tea.
God save the Queen.
I
remember when that was actually a good thing. Nowadays it's God save the Prime Minister and Parliament. Or God save Britain itself from itself.
Yes, Sherlock Holmes' second biggest arch nemesis. Women.
Yes.
That'd be so big.
Not to be confused with the missing Weasley.
Again, these films are made by the same studio. Can't help but this film's doing it on purpose, drawing comparisons between this and Harry Potter. Are they trying to secretly hint at a crossover?
Well, honestly, a crossover between Sherlock Holmes and Harry
That
Potter, that I could see that happening. I mean, hey, if we can have a crossover between Batman and
that's what.
Sherlock Holmes, why not?
Yes, Shuri?
Well, it's one of the better crossover ideas I've heard for Harry Potter. Anyway, I mean, when I say better, I mean it works.
What else have you heard of, Shiroy? I'm curious.
Well, oh boy. There's the obvious Harry Potter and Twilight.
Yes, of
Oh,
course. Well, to be fair, everyone makes the Fury. You see, they're all connected continuity-wise. You see, Robert Pattinson died as Cedric, but came back as Edward years later.
HFC brought up Harry Potter and Leighton.
That's also possible, if only so I could get the surprised look on Layton's face when magic is very much real. There's also, I've actually seen a Harry Potter and Ace Attorney crossover, which could possibly work.
Oh God.
The Harry Potter X Steven Universe crossover idea.
No,
Really?
that wouldn't work at all.
Really? How wouldn't it?
Doesn't work.
But yeah, one's
Kind
magic,
of
the
characters
other's...
would not exist in each other's universes.
Well, she's a
And
bit
then-
of a femme fatale.
Yeah, feisty, isn't she?
Meanwhile, it turns out Sherlock was actually following her the whole time, so much as jumping out of a window, purposely getting himself dirty. And, well, it's time to see what lengths he really goes to.
Going through a mini circus? That's what it looks like.
Ooh, in a perfume room. Wow, the feeling that back then a perfume room was considered the peeping Tom of its day.
Speaking of Victorian times, there's an actual Victorian attraction that I go to on occasion, where it's an actual authentic-ish Victorian town. Guy, don't press the fast forward button. Yeah, that's another
what
thing
happened.
about Guy Ritchie, Shioi. His editing sometimes involves him pressing the fast forward button.
Okay.
Thankfully, though, he at least has a good reason to do it. Well, more often than not, from what I've seen.
Oh, just gonna get myself a drink and something to eat, which luckily is in the mini fridge across from me. So I'll be
I
gone
just
about.
picked up some chocolate.
Nice.
I'm gonna get some chocolate too.
Hey.
Chocolate. Nice. That's funny considering a cosplay you recently...
That's been done to death.
It's funny considering a cosplay you recently did, Shiroy.
Yes. Oh, and it's dark chocolate as well, which is their favorite chocolate, I believe.
Yep. I think they hate white chocolate.
Yes. Yes, they do.
What do?
Let's just say a certain...
We can't mention this character.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It's a
We can't
character...
mention this character.
Yeah, let's just say, Dwibs, it's a character you're going to meet.
What in this?
Undertale.
Oh, Undertale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Clement's been playing that game, surprisingly. I didn't think that was his cup of tea, honestly.
Really? He's been playing that lately. So anyway, Watson's
He's not playing it on his channel, but he's mentioned that he plays the game. So.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, Watson's feeling rather a bit stifled because it turns out that Blackwood, the very man that he is a doctor, declared dead, may not be dead.
Which can kind of put a bit of a dampener on his integrity.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the police haven't exactly helped because they decided to drag their stuff across a crime scene.
I just realized he looks a bit like Tim Burton when he has his hair and sunglasses like that.
Plot twist, that's actually it. can you imagine if that actually was Tim Burton? He's just Robert Downey Jr.'s body double.
Hasn't Robert Downey Jr. actually done something with Tim Burton before? I feel like
Not that I know of.
Huh.
But sir, you barely pay us at all.
Well, get down there. We don't need our integrity going down even lower down the loo than it has already. And why am I
The
speaking?
loo.
And why am I even speaking French there?
No, actually, Jovaloo is a British slang word for toilet.
Oh, never mind then.
Not a lot of us use it, but yep,
I
it's
do.
a thing. Oh,
I do.
I say bathroom.
I say toilet.
There it is, the aforementioned coffin.
Right. Okay, guys. 3 guesses. Who is actually in the coffin?
Mel Gibson's dignity?
A severed head.
Oh my god, it is the missing Weasley!
You guys can't hear my chewing, can you?
I can, but it's not too loud. I see the maggots got to meet him.
Yep, the one with 2 missing front teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It was the missing Weasley twin.
Do tell, convenient gravedigger.
There's the creepy groundskeeper of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Good day to you. Ah, there's that famous Sherlock Holmes quote.
What?
The
What,
game's
however-
afoot.
Oh, no, because there was another one, wasn't it? Somewhere along, whatever the truth, what if, however improbable is the truth, or whatever, how it went.
I don't recall that one, but I think you may be on to... I think, yeah, that may be a quote. Well, someone's feeding the birds toppins a bag over there.
I was saying earlier, it's a bit odd. I mean, Guy Ritchie's films at this point were falling on their arses financially, and yet Warner Brothers, for some reason, threw $90 million at this film.
Warner Brothers are kind of like Sony in the video game department, where, you know, to be fair, just because someone fails before, if that person was a genius and does still have potential, Warner Brothers, I guess, has the money to give it a shot. And in cases like this, it worked out well for them. Funny, because when it comes to Harry Potter, the reverse is true with Chris Columbus. Went from doing Harry Potter to doing...
Percy Jackson?
Not just that. You remember all of Chris Columbus's other stuff?
Pixels.
Mm-hmm. Pixels. Never mind the fact that that was an Adam Sandler film, but that was an Adam Sandler film that had no business being bad. It was freaking video games. How do you mess that up?
Anyway, back to the movie again. Gypsy time. Bond.
Or Bone?
James Bond.
Damn it, Siri.
You know, actually, how cool would it be to see a crossover between James Bond, 007, Sherlock Holmes, and Harry Potter.
Jova, James Bond and 007 are the same thing.
Oh, never mind then.
Ugh.
It's okay.
Okay,
It's
then.
a
Thanks.
code name, Jova.
So, James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, and Harry Potter then.
Admit it.
Oh yeah, the money he kind of was gambling on himself for. Chains! Chains! You got chains! Or in this case, alms. Alms for the poor.
Well, shillings and stuff at this point.
When were
Change.
alms done? Oh, I think it's this part.
Okay. If there's one thing that I do think the sequel does a bit better than this one, it has a better focus on the plots. Because this one, well, not bad. I think it lacks a bit of focus.
Really? I mean, they seem to be trying to solve the case here, or are they going on one of their tangents?
Well, it feels a bit like a tangent, but to the film's credit, it does bring them together at the end.
Fair point.
Kind of like Fantastic Beasts and how it could have focused more on plot B.
Really gotta get around to seeing that film.
Or maybe, that, and maybe get a better actor to be the focus of plot B.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I have some things to say about that.
Who was... Actually, would knowing the actor kind of be a spoiler?
No.
Probably not.
No,
Is-
the main character of plot B is Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
The guy playing the Flash.
Oh, him!
In the DC movie ones.
Ugh, someone's been doing a lot of harvesting over here.
This looks more like a...
Harvesting?
This is secretly kindergarten. Or the origins of kindergarten. And also, Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network are owned by the same company.
You know, actually, maybe a Harry
Ooh.
Potter crossover with Steven Universe could very well be a thing.
There has to be a lot of words.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see, actually, I would really like to see Peridot reacting to everything in that universe.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I can imagine it now, like, date 81907. I saw these weird sticks and weird lights coming out of them.
Oh yeah, how far are you into season 2?
Up to that episode where,
We watched.
He watched Keeping It Together.
I know, Shori. I was
Yeah,
there to hear his reactions.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm up to that one. I'm up to that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
dissected
freaky
frogs.
toothless.
So who
Also
else had to
toothless,
dissect a frog when they were, at that point in school?
Not me.
Not good with dissecting.
No, that was only for,
Hmm?
I don't know if everyone does it in America, but over here in my school, it was only for people in sets 1 and 2, and basically those are the highest grade level.
Lucky.
students.
Admittedly,
No one
though,
else was allowed to do that.
I didn't dissect frogs. Instead, my AP biology class kind of dissected cats.
What?
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I wasn't dissecting anything, because my definition of dissect is rip stuff off.
Why cats?
I don't know, but it was quite tough looking at them.
Yeah.
Also, Holmes and Watson have company.
Uh-oh. Looking to burn down the place.
Is dredger the French word for small?
Well,
I
if
hope
it
so.
is, then that's a big case of irony.
Ooh.
Isn't it petite?
I don't really know. And off we go.
Of course, Watson leaves Holmes with the big one.
I'll be right back.
Right.
Oh,
Jovi, you can't hear my TV, can you?
not right now.
Whee!
Pong.
Also, sorry for the Peridot excuse imitation earlier. Sure, he does a better one than I do.
So,
Yeah.
like, Claude! Why
Wow,
can't
Holmes, you're a terrible swinger. No, my wedding ring.
Oh, it's okay. That's only like the 5th time it's been in danger thanks to Holmes. Bing!
Whoa,
Electrical charge.
didn't know we could send you flying that far.
Let's just say the human body is very responsive to it.
Hello?
Come and get it.
Yes, sure, I'll wait.
Gentleman's honor, of course.
Yes,
Okay, you've had your moment. Conductivity, bitch.
Yes. Maybe you should have said 3 moments.
Come along, my brother. So, of course, let's chase after the big one. And again, he's kind of the only one who's conscious or alive.
The police can handle the other 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, Watson, you've left your ring.
Oh boy. He couldn't find it.
Oh, thank God. For a second there, I thought Guy Ritchie accidentally filmed that scene upside down. That could be an interesting movie experiment. Film the whole thing upside down.
Ping.
Although I'm starting to predict that weapon won't be of much use soon.
Oh, look, it's one of those giant ocean liner thingamabobs.
Yeah.
You know, I hear these things are pretty mighty. In fact, I hear this young fellow's son says that one of them might even be unsinkable.
There are far greater things to fear than you and your little toy.
Oh crap, he figured it out. Just don't touch the electrocution points.
Don't touch the top bit.
With pleasure.
You and your sticks are no match for the mighty Frenchman.
Oh snap. Look, have we British ever done anything bad to you before? No wait, don't answer that.
Not that I can think of, but your presence is disturbs me a little, so I must end you.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, yeah, oh, yes. Bother.
The tiny hammer is mightier than the big hammer. No, wait, that's stupid. Duck!
Yes, Jova, this isn't Leighton. Then again, Leighton could probably find a way to make a little thing better than the big thing, but
Oh, God. Can you imagine a
Holmes,
crossover between Leighton and MacGyver?
I haven't really seen MacGyver.
Basically, MacGyver is a guy who, when given a set of objects, can pretty much do anything and practically make anything. Hence why we referenced MacGyver when Leighton managed to make that makeshift helicopter during the movie.
Meanwhile, Watson's just doing the simple thing, using a gun.
Unfortunately, Big Man over there has an idea involving physics.
And boats.
Oh, christening the ship early, are we?
Yeah, I christened the. Could you imagine if they were doing the christening and then this happened, and then the champagne bottle missed the ship? Like, I christened the SS.
Sliding
no, sorry.
away!
Yeah, wait, the HMS flying away. That's not what I call. Oh
All right.
my god! Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So yeah, sorry, Shiwari, but this is the reason why our boat liners were set back quite a bit.
Yeah. Don't worry, though. They'd be just in time to make them nice and unsinkable. But
And now,
not that
on
one.
its maiden voyage, the SS Half-Baked. Sorry, the HMS Half-Baked. Sorry, because this is
Or
UK.
HMS or RMS, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I've got to get around to showing you guys Asylum's Titanic 2 film. Which has the SS Titanic.
Because any Titanic sequel I've seen, animated or otherwise, is so great.
So basically, for their escapades, Holmes and Watson have been thrown into prison.
Surely your parents will understand not having tea because, well, you and your friend kind of had to pursue a psychopath and kind of ran into a giant man who wielded a giant hammer, and Holmes used an electricity thing to send him flying several times, and you kind of sunk a ship that wasn't even finished yet. Huh.
Yeah, they're never gonna buy that.
Nope.
If only recording
see-
technology was available.
Yes, you see, Mr. and Mrs. Mary. I was in a fierce battle with a Frenchman trying to save my friend Sherlock from a giant half-built ship.
Well, now I know you're lying, honey. A Frenchman actually giving chase to a Britishman? Oh, the very idea! Okay, to be fair, Watson, I don't think Holmes was planning for this to sabotage the relationship. That's an understatement, saying he's tired.
Well, I'd be tired. Well, we'd be tired too if we were.
Yeah.
We nearly got flattened by a half-built ocean liner.
Oh, what are you saying, Dwibs? It's in our everyday lives. Like, on my way home right now, I had to dodge an explosion from a transformer showing up. Or also when I had to stop at my school, Hogwarts, all the way across the pond. It was a very eventful day.
Oh, that's nothing, Jova. I was putting something in my bin, and I had to get across the out-of-place lava area.
What did you do today, Shirai? Aside from, turning into a purple car after having you-know-what with Alice.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. They're not supposed to know that.
Noodle incident. Oh yeah, I love this guy coming up. The guard, the policeman think it's a fight, but look at what it really is. It's just a joke.
Aww.
But yeah. So yeah, every time he goes to prison, he has a little comedy show.
Good old Holmes. He can be charismatic when he wants to.
Well, especially when he's played by Tony Stark.
Yeah.
London in terror. Blackwood lives and the devil walks with him.
You know,
Well,
London's
this is the most tame prison I've seen in any movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Well,
London has a very... Oh,
So
sorry.
this is Bill. It's Pentonville prison. I don't remember that ever being
Grim.
But actually, Pentonville's one of our more infamous prisons.
Do tell.
It's historical, Joe. If I went into it now, we'd be here all night.
Fair point.
Also, yeah, sorry, Holmes, we got to put the black thing on you. Shiwaya, those sound like nice crisps you're having.
Actually, that's tinfoil with the chocolate's in.
Oh,
Crisp. Is that what you call French fries?
no.
No, crisps are chips.
Oh. Oh, wait, that's right. You call fries chips.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Oh, yeah.
French fries were a type of crisps we had over here.
Yeah, in fact, we still do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. So yeah, Holmes managed to, even though blindfolded, he still managed to figure out the way there because of a combination of a good sense of direction and, well,
He
common
could tell by
sense.
looking at the writing and also how it felt over on the ride.
Yeah. Because it looks cool in the trailers.
No, honey. This isn't even standard for him. This is routine.
And yet another American character, an ambassador in this case. Oh, isn't it? I think he's an American, or he might be someone who works in America, but is British. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Like, actually, now, hear me out here. I have reason to believe that years from now there may be a fiendish plot to split our very good United Kingdom out of Europe.
Jova, not for nothing, but we can't spend this commentary just going on about Brexit.
Well, to be fair, Dwibs, it is kind of a gold mine. Until that thing finally settles
A
down.
gold mine. If anything, it's taken that away.
Okay. Okay. A gold mine export of humor.
So yeah, so yeah. Turns out Blackwood is this guy's son.
Don't you search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No.
No, actually, it really is.
about
It's in the DNA sample here. Oh!
Oh, it was out of wedlock.
No, his mother wasn't even his wife, but he still took him under his wing. So
Is that what
either it was someone who his actual wife doesn't know about, or he doesn't have an actual wife, and... Ooh, boy.
Just hope he's not the guy who just comes back to life every time you kill him.
Who, Jason Voorhees?
No, Blackwood. Also, I'm not quite sure having the name Coward is a good idea.
You don't say.
I mean, what if like other shows did that? Like, what if it was like Stephen Coward or
Harry Coward, or Sonic the Coward. Yes,
Dr.
believe it or
Coward.
not, Sonic's actual name in Sonic Boom is Sonic T. Hedgehog. By the way,
Also-
Season 2 of Boom has actually been on a pretty good roll, especially with Mark the Taper, who is pretty much a representation of the crazy side of the Sonic fanbase.
All right, guys. Holmes just asked a
goodness.
good question. Holmes just asked an interesting question. How long do you expect white-haired guy there to survive?
I've seen this movie, so it wouldn't be fair for me to gamble.
Shuei, how long do you reckon?
Wow. What do you know? It's
Sooner
your...
rather-
Well, what do you know, lady? It's your lucky day. A Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, pick it
Sooner
in.
rather than later.
Yeah. Also, I should point out, whether it'll mean anything, I don't know, but one of the producers on this movie is Robert Downey Jr.'s wife, Susan.
Nice.
Yes, if you want your henchman, you can find him buried 50 feet underground.
There's that moment he lives for. The I got you all along moment.
She ain't gonna listen, is she?
Well, it is Irene Adler we're talking about, the one woman who loves to tango with Holmes. Think of her like the Selena Kyle to his Bruce Wayne. Although to be fair, even Selena Kyle is not as hard-headed as her.
What is it with us and mentioning a lot of other war properties in this commentary?
I know, right? And also Cartoon Network stuff, which is also Warner Brothers related. Oh my
There's
god.
going to be there's going to be a cinematic universe with everything Warner Bros. And Cartoon Network.
Okay, that would be awesome. Not gonna lie. It's like Sonic Boom, Sherlock Holmes, Steven Universe, Harry Potter, The Good Teen Titans, Justice
What would
League.
they call that? Because I mean, we have the Avengers and Justice League. What would we call this bunch of weirdos?
The Warner Brothers clusterfuck universe.
The Warner Brothers Network United.
So yeah, Holmes drank the wine, and now he is
He chose poorly.
yes. Pardon. Meanwhile, this guy's enjoying
Taking
a
a
night
bath.
in a golden tub.
You're one of those rich people, aren't you?
Yes, because I like to do everything in gold. In fact, I wanted my whole body to be painted in gold, but I heard that was a bit of a health risk.
Say, did you write on your bucket list that, you know, like you wanted your death to also involve gold too?
Why do you ask?
No reason, it's just you hang around gold so much. Weird, all of a sudden. There seems to be a recent addition to your bucket list. Something about asphyxiating, choking on your very last dying breath as you try and reach for the faucet, only to realize it's futile, and then see your son right before you, so he can gloat about your death in your overly rich golden bathtub. Huh. What an odd addition, sir. Sir? I guess he went out. I guess he probably fell asleep. He'll be fine, though. He always is.
Yeah.
So, let's go out, shall we? For absolutely nothing to go wrong here.
That has me wondering what actually killed him there.
Oh.
Too hot.
Well, it's magic. We'll eventually explain it.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Again, lucky day.
How
Wait.
can anyone remain calm?
Beneath this pillow lies the key to my release.
He's not lying, sadly. Although, I have to wonder.
Double entendres.
So,
Gotta love
Shiroi,
her.
what would you say in that situation? Like,
I'd leave the room and get a very strong cup of tea.
No, I meant if you were in Holmes's position there.
Um,
And the key...
I'd be freaking the fuck out.
And it turns out that the key to your release is either up there or down there.
Oh boy.
Or God help you if it's two different chains and there's one key lodged up there and the other lodged down there.
Well, the best thing to do is just not get in that situation at all.
Wow, this commentary's gotten rather lewd.
Well, to be fair, we've had some rather lewd scenes. I mean, to be fair, it's like if nobody expected us to make lewd comments while watching School Days. You just... That's a missed opportunity, dang it, and we will not let it go by.
Okay, guys, police inconsistency number 3. They drained the water because...
Because reading.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, that was a theme in a lot of old detective literature at the time. Cops could be pretty freaking dumb. Although, to be fair, they're kind of more used to the more simple cases.
Guest starring people in Shioi's background.
Yes.
The good kind or the bad kind?
Like whenever my mum is going to bed, she literally announces it to the world.
Oh, goody.
I wonder, is she the kind of person that announces everything? I'm going to the toilet.
Yeah. It's like, yes, we don't need a PSA.
Ooh.
P.S. I need to walk to the TV.
So what's this? Holmes noticed that when he does a certain gas, it actually flows into there like there's a current. And wouldn't you know?
Secret entrance. Filled with the secret
Filled with determination.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, I love this. Whenever I'm halfway through a sentence and I can't think of a way to end it, Shiri either brings it to either Steven Universe or Undertale.
It's funny because those two might as well...
Filled with the only thing I can think of is determination.
Of course.
It's because I sold my soul to Toby Fox, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, there is no hope. Yes, one man's managed to find more than you guys have in like a few hours.
Of course, Holmes is so gracious that he's willing to let them share, if not outright take the credit.
Shiroi,
Yes. Yep.
have you seen anything else related to Victorian London?
Basically anything where,
Other than the occasional documentaries, I haven't seen any particular films or...
I've seen stuff like Oliver Twist and Christmas Carol and stuff.
Oh, I've seen Christmas Carol. Like everyone and their dog is... Everyone in...
Yeah. Also, discount...
One moment.
Also...
Sorry, carry on.
Okay, discount Orlando Bloom.
I knew exactly that you were going to say that. I can't wait to actually get to see the actual Orlando Bloom in the Three Musketeers movie.
Which one?
The one that involves flying airships, which are actually pretty freaking sweet.
To create the world's largest supply of hair gel.
Of course.
I thought that was reserved for Square Enix characters.
I want my share of them, damn it.
So Blackwood wants to, you guess it, take over the world.
Yeah, they know the drill.
There was one time I had I dyed my hair completely blue. And when I went to get my hair cut once, because they knew I was a fan of Sonic, they literally told me there is actually hair gel strong enough. We can do that.
Did you do it?
No, of course I didn't.
So, of course, Blackwood is planning to not only take over all of England, but also take over America, who at the time was weakened by civil war, as he mentions.
I have to whisper now, by the way.
Okay.
That's okay.
You sound nice and clear when you do that, though, so nice mic volume. Okay. Anyway, so this guy decides he must stop him for the greater good.
The greater good.
Thank you. What could possibly go wrong?
What? Whoa.
Oh, that. Well, okay.
And in today's forecast, a man on fire will rain from the sky.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. Oh! I was wrong. Oh my god, Illuminati.
Oh, yes.
With the pyramid and everything.
Sherlock, sorry guys. This is a secret propaganda piece.
But don't you see, Dwayne? Sherlock Holmes is going to put a stop to it. Which means there was no Illuminati and we've just been playing ourselves like fools this entire time. Because Sherlock defeated them all those years ago. Aww.
I just please make sure you don't do any of your usual utilization while I'm here, because I like to be able to marry Mary with all my limbs intact. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Watson, too late. Yeah, turns out the big guy kind of accidentally killed his friend when Holmes kind of shocked him and fell onto him.
Huh.
Yeah.
Necks kind of tend to snap when someone of huger value, well, rockets into you like that. And falls on you right into the pavement. Ouch.
So, we're about 3/4 of the way through the movie. So, Shira, do you think Robert Downey Jr. passes the British accent test?
I'd say so. He's not too bad.
Nice. What do you think, Dribs?
It's fine, but there's just a couple of oddities here and there. My thoughts on him are a downplayed, pretty much a downplayed version of Jova's thoughts on Hugh Laurie's American accent.
Although I think we can agree he definitely nails it by the sequel.
Sort of, yeah.
Well,
and also, it's funny.
Like Christopher Miller and Leighton, it takes a little while, especially when the accent is your natural accent.
It's ironic because
it's weird though, because for me it doesn't feel that hard. In fact, my parents say I sometimes even slip into British.
And also, it's also ironic.
What?
In Man from U.N.C.L.E., we have two Brits playing American characters, and we have an American playing a Russian,
mm-hmm.
and an Australian playing a Brit,
and
a Swede playing a German.
You know what's really funny is in the Titanic movie, they actually had a guy who was American being played by a Brit. I think it was because they thought he was British, but he was actually American.
One of the few people to actually play his actual nationality in that film was Hugh Grant.
Titanic?
No, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Ah.
The one with Henry Cavill.
Come on, Watson, take the chance. Even... It's like both Watson and the dog know we'll never escape the man, will we?
Watson, could you please take me with you?
Yeah, actually, it's a shame they never do bring the dog. Oh, goody, the Thames.
It's Thames.
Thames. Truly the picture of sanity.
The H is silent, Jova.
Yeah.
Because we love silence. We love silent letters in our words, don't we, Shiwi?
Yep.
Yes. Sonic colors, anyone?
Ah, Jova.
Let's not open that can of worms.
Why would you have a U?
Because
Actually, yes.
you means universal. That means everybody.
And Sonic Colors takes places, well, not quite in different universes, but in different planets, so...
Yeah.
In the universe, so ours is the true version of Sonic Colors.
Of
Yes.
course.
And any other version is just a...
You do know that means that's suggesting that your title, Sonic Colors Predicted Steven Universe, fusing with aliens that can also be ground up into power sources. Boy, that's like another time when Sonic has... Boy. Well, to be fair, Shiroy, Eggman was kind of corrupting several of the... Oh my god, he corrupted them!
Sorry, Shiri. Sorry, Shiri. For a second, I thought you said the movie had gotten dark, and I was going to say, well, of course, it's night.
Oh my god, I just realized. He also corrupts the Wisps, turning them evil and wild. Huh. Wow, Sonic really did predict Steven Universe.
So, Guy...
I don't get why people say that plot is too silly and childish, and it's like, he's burning a race of aliens alive into fuel. How is that happy? And
I'm convinced at this point people just try and use that to say the whole, Pontiac and Graf were never good. It's like, Jesus. Oh.
Hey, so this guy's a... I'd say he likes pigs.
Well...
Also, wait a minute. A reference to pigs. References to pigs. That's another reference to Snatch. I guess.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we're not doing this, are we? Blackwood, just tell me where you are. Yes.
Snarky as ever.
By the way, Blackwood, why did you tell me when you were going to end the world?
Oh.
Pedro says, breaking news, Rebecca Sugar is the writer for Sonic 2007.
17.
Oh, 17, sorry.
Okay. So first there are rumors that Alex from Gravity Falls was going to write it. Hey, imagine that. Rebecca Sugar and Alex from Gravity Falls. Yeah. And Alex Hirsch.
So yeah, guys, Holmes and Watson a better hurry. Otherwise, we'll be having flamed Adler for lunch.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's going to be a lot of pork around.
Yes.
Of course it's warm.
Yeah, dolly.
Not just in over her head, more like tied over her mouth.
Just shoot the lock, then. Whoa.
Oh boy. Just think of happy thoughts, and hopefully we'll come out of this.
Be thankful Guy Ritchie was restrained to a 12 age rating. Could you imagine if this was like an 18 one?
Oh gosh, he would definitely die.
Does he like to go gruesome?
Well, not quite gruesome, but there's quite a lot of body breakings and stuff.
Speaking of body
like
breakings,
right now.
Yeah, they just literally stuffed that mechanism full of bones. I know that's gonna make a bout of delicious ribs, but I am so glad I'm not too squeamish. Otherwise, that might actually put me off of meat.
Yeah, thank you, Guy Ritchie. You've turned Jova into a vegetarian.
Well, like I said, I'm not that squeamish. Although I will admit, I was very
Uh-oh.
squeamish back in the day was when I had to dissect a cat.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, that was a close shave.
ha ha. And I think Irene, when you say you should get stuff on the nose, that's not what they meant.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could maybe stop to get some free pork while we're at it.
What kind of pork are you referring to, Jova?
Both kinds. He's earned it.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll have plenty of time to pork during the sequel.
Uh-oh, he's getting away.
Oh,
Oh! Snitch.
oh boy. Oh,
And there may be going your best friend.
yeah. Ugh, damn it, Watson. You're usually good at minding your surroundings.
Ugh.
Well, sorry guys, we couldn't. Jude Law was too expensive, so yeah. It was either him or Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
Also, slow mo.
Do like this use of the violin here, I'll admit. Pardon me for a moment.
I mean, they
All right.
literally just got out of danger.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a good idea to run towards the explosion.
I don't think they knew that was going to appear there.
Holmes, you're smart. Read the script. Shira, does anyone else you know like Sherlock Holmes?
Some of my friends do.
Ah, cool.
I don't know if they've
One of
seen
my-
this movie, but I know they've seen the TV series.
One of my friends likes Holmes as well.
Hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Policeman. Arrest? Arrest for what? Oh, it's from Lord. It's from Lord Unfortunate last name.
Hmm.
Seriously, coward. If I were named that, I'd want as soon as I was old enough, I'd go to a deed poll immediately. I would rename myself Lord. What's a fancy word for hero? Lord Brave.
There we go.
Yes. Oh, well, Sherry, if you're wondering who the actor is playing, definitely not Moriarty, we swear. I don't know.
Okay.
There's no info on IMDb because Guy Ritchie has kept this a secret. Although considering Guy Ritchie's recent habit of having a certain famous footballer cameo in his film since Man from U.N.C.L.E., actually no, or David Beckham. Now, Holmes, Watson, you have suffered from third-degree burns, a lot of shrapnel in your face, but you should be fine in about a day. Movie logic.
Yep.
Although the lacerations Might take a bit longer to sort out. He's not shady at all, is he?
Nope.
Just call him Herr Doctor while you're at it. What's that, mate? All right. So, Watson's out of the picture for a bit.
You have to ask, can you imagine if there were any vegetarians or vegans in the cinema during that one scene?
They'd have. I don't remember there being any of those while I was watching this film back in 2009, but I can imagine that they probably ran out of the theatre, leaving a trail of vomit in their wake.
I wouldn't blame them. Yes, because we need more fire.
Yeah. Holmes, are you sure having a cigarette is the best time, considering you just inhaled a bunch of smoke anyway earlier? The Book of Spells, eh?
Ooh.
Why, yes, the very same. Also, Holmes is having one of his
Right.
inspirational moments.
Right, guys, let's go to Diagon Alley and sort this out. Oh wait, sorry, wrong Warner Brothers franchise.
Are
What?
you sure there's nothing we can do?
Yeah. So yeah, if I were better at editing stuff, I'd have had this so that he's looking at his future film career. Yeah, basically, Robert, the character of Tony Stark will be on a bit of a roller coaster for the next 6 years. But you never told me the riddle.
Well, maybe it was all laced in two there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even think Leighton can solve a riddle if there's not one there. He's not that observant.
Oh!
You look gorgeous. By the way, Watson, didn't you suffer lacerations and burns? Sherlock Holmes.
Movie maker.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes wanted, but they don't give a picture.
Maybe because most people would probably know what he looks like.
Maybe in London, but
Hmm.
not throughout the rest of the UK, or as backwards than those known properly, Great Britain. Jova, do you think we might have spoiled a game of Shadows by those references we made earlier?
I wouldn't have understood the references, so.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, we've kind of said the obvious, that Moriarty does show up later. Unless you spoiled something else while I was away, I can't really think of anything else.
We didn't say anything. Well, nothing that was spoil stuff anyway.
Aside from maybe making a reference or two as to what Moriarty may do,
Yeah.
we've not spoiled any core elements of that movie.
Guess not.
Except for maybe the death of a certain character, but even still, likely the audience didn't hopefully catch on to that.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have decided on my new face. There is this British actor I've heard of named Jared Harris. I might take on his appearance. It's a good job there's not a triangle. Riordan man. Ox ring. He died of having his bath too hot. Whoa.
It's quite the pattern it forms.
Yes. But yeah, these are giving us clues as to where he'll execute his grand master plan. The Parliament building.
Of course.
Great, as if Guy Fawkes went enough trouble to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is back when Britain was kind of the most powerful country around with Parliament. Oh boy.
Well, sorry guys, that's the end of the movie.
No, he's just being arrested, taken, and quartered off. Not too different from Captain Jack Sparrow, who was recently brought in to see the king.
Oh, it's
Discount Orlando Bloom.
yeah. Plot twist. It's his secret twin brother, Orlando Bloom.
Wait, don't you get it? Orlando Bloom. Wait.
Yeah, I've always wanted to punch someone in the stomach. It's my crowning achievement. Doesn't that make him feel? I bet you're feeling very proud of yourself.
Well, everyone's got to get pride from somewhere.
Holmes, what did you do just then?
Oh, he's making use of the ever so wonderful chimney. Basically, he closed the chimney door.
You know, if this were a bit more realistic, Holmes would be saying those lines while coughing and be like this. You're planning to murder the Parliament.
Now you see me, now you don't. Yep.
Oh shit. Close.
Yep. Bingo.
excrement.
Oh, it's one of those rituals.
Where you have to fart?
No, where you have to work with animal manure.
Oh. Oh, I thought they meant he actually shot himself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I thought this was Sherlock Holmes, not Batman. I think Warner Brothers got their franchises mixed up again. Or hey, maybe, guys, this is Guy Ritchie's secret audition to making a DC movie.
That would be
Well,
interesting.
yeah, I mean, considering he's working with Warner Brothers a lot these days.
Oh god, not the Thames.
Oh,
Well,
well,
it won't be the most clean swim, but beats Steph.
yeah,
Well, you gotta make do, I guess.
all right. By the way, I'm actually wondering, what did they do to make London here look like,
That's a good question.
look like the Victorian London? Because what they did in Fantastic Beasts in order to make 1920s New York, they filmed it in Liverpool.
Of course.
That'd be like the equivalent of going to, if you want like a 1980s version of a major British city, you go to somewhere that looks a bit old.
So yeah, it turns out Lestrade was actually in cahoots with Sherlock Holmes, gave him the key, just so they could get that guy to unintentionally confess and get more information out of him. Clever. Oh, there's Big Ben's obligatory showing up in this film.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. They filmed it in Manchester, some parts of London, Liverpool,
Of course.
Chatham, wherever that is.
Anywhere in Wales?
Let's see, Kent, St. John's. Nope, sorry, Shiori.
So
Oh,
these
so for
areas
once
must
they
have
actually
quite a.
kept it to England.
Wow.
Yes, for once.
So it's like of Amazing Spider-Man keeping everything to New York.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Spider-Man Homecoming, while it will have bits in New York, I guess Marvel and Sony weren't really willing to cough up enough.
Alas.
Oh, so it's a chemical. They're using the chemical weapon to.
That's actually rather clever, and if I recall correctly, I think that may have actually been a thing back then.
Cyanide? Oh boy. Well, if he manages to pull this off, probably kill at least half of London. Smash the machine, or just shoot him. Your muse. Bang. Oh yeah. I found out the release date in the UK. It was released on Boxing Day of 2009.
What grand timing?
Everywhere else was released on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. I guess they were saving it for y'all.
Yeah, because, well, Shiro, have you known anyone, or have you ever been to the cinema on Christmas Day?
No, I didn't think it would actually be open on Christmas Day, honestly.
Me neither.
What did you think of? Have you wait? Oh, you haven't done it either, Dibs.
Nope.
Have you, Jova?
Maybe when I was a baby.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, hail your new master, Mark Strong. Yeah, weren't you in the last Guy Ritchie movie? A weapon. Wait, a biological weapon that releases fear gas. Jova, I think again, Warner Brothers can't seem to decide whether they're making a Sherlock Holmes or a Batman movie. Oh, they're gonna gas all of Parliament.
Ah, oh boy.
Well, hey, it's more subtle than blowing it up.
True. And hey, it is a show of his at the time mystical powers.
Pedro just sent something to me in text. Well, then again, Pedro. Again, I don't really read comics, so that was the first I've seen of the machine fear gas thing.
Comics, huh?
Yeah, again, I don't really read them. Well, did you ask to come in? Did you miss me?
Now we're definitely in Illuminati territory.
Yeah. Have I mentioned that I really like Mark Strong?
Yeah.
He's hamming it up over here.
Yeah. Not him.
Not him. N-U-T. Which I guess is a British saying for headbutt him.
You know, when I first saw that, I thought by not him, I thought they meant kick him in the nuts.
Me too.
How many bongs has that been now?
2. What he said.
A miscount.
Oh boy, Parliament's even more of a madhouse than it normally is.
Well, to be fair, Jova, it's either leave or be killed by gas.
Yeah. The sad thing is that this isn't actually that much crazier than it normally is from what I've heard. The New Order being the return of monarchy, which we all miss so much, I'm guessing.
Yes. The New Order, I can imagine it now. When he says the New Order begins now, he misses the cue, so then he has to say it again. It'd be like, the New Order begins now.
Also, Irene, you sneaky little thief.
The New Order begins now.
Now.
How now?
Awkward.
Yeah.
Basically, Irene's trying to steal that machine for her boss.
Yes. A
Oh,
guy
wait, I love
who.
this line. Be quiet.
I'm a doctor.
Yes, keep calm. I'm a doctor. I should know because it's been challenged, which has been nothing but torment all my very life.
Yeah. By the way, Jova, Irene's employer, isn't he called the? Isn't he referred to as the Hitler of? No, the Napoleon of crime.
Yes.
But Jared Harris ain't short. Oh wait, it's not Jared Harris here yet.
And to be fair, when they talk about the Napoleon of crime, it's kind of more so the scale. No size pun intended.
So I guess I wonder, is this our version? Is this like our version of the San Francisco Bridge getting destroyed in each movie, whereas it's not even built here yet, though?
Oh,
guess.
according to Pedro, I'm gonna have to burn all my Apple tech now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess I won't be here for the commentary for a while.
Does that mean I have to burn my iPhone?
Yes, unfortunately, it's a product of Illuminati. We can't keep them.
Shit.
The I in iPhone stands for Illuminati.
Illuminati phone. Oh, surprise.
Without getting attacked by the villain.
Ow. Oh no, I'm not meant to die yet. I'm not meant to die.
How is she able to keep that balance?
Yeah,
never mind.
Because Rachel McAdams secretly has boots that has magnets hidden in her boots.
Which I
Again,
guess
not gonna help.
failed.
Yep.
So now it's time for our final fight sequence.
Iron Man versus Merlin.
Yes. Who will
That's a
win?
crossover to behold.
Magic or techno-magic?
Well, actually, Shiori, Merlin is Mark Strong's character in Kingsman.
Huh.
It's a fancy code name.
I thought you were talking about the TV series.
No. Hang on, I thought you were a black magic user. Why are you using guns?
Who says they can't
Faker.
multitask?
But he's a faker.
Although, then again, I guess that makes him smarter than most of the Harry Potter cast.
But I don't even know what a gun is, so.
Well, it seems
So,
like
yeah.
the Wizarding Worlds aren't even that clear on what guns
So yeah,
actually
sorry guys. Magic doesn't exist.
Though here they explain it well, as we'll see.
Yeah.
As Dwibs predicted, he used laced powder on the cell bars.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing what money can get done for you. And he's monologuing this all to him while he's being weighed down by an anchor. I feel like there's
gonna be a very uncomfortable death.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There we go. There's our explanation for why the guy died in his bath. He was paralyzed there was a paralyzing drug in the water.
Mm-hmm. And it was all able to tell because of the experiments that were done on him. Well, that were done on the amphibians. So it turns out it wasn't actually rain, but it was a deadly rain. Man-made.
And that rain was like some type of flammable liquid.
Dear God, it's like swine flu before it became a thing. Clever. Devilishly clever. Oh, speaking of devilishly...
And hanging. But one question though, what was with that satanic ritual scene?
Oh, that was just him keeping up his act as being a satanic black magic artist. So don't worry though, he cut him loose.
Hmm. Oops.
Oh,
Well, hey, now he's hanging.
I don't think that's
Uh-oh.
what we had in mind.
But he's hanging.
Oh,
As the raven flies.
I don't know, like he died from being hung by his foot.
No, he got hung because he got tangled up in the chains and quite a few were on his neck. Trust me, you do not want to get tangled in thick stuff like that.
And again, this is a 12. Yeah. Guy Ritchie is Illuminati confirmed. There you go. That confirms everything. Well, the day is saved. A storm's coming. It's going to rain in UK. Like, that's new.
yes. So in other words, in other news, the sky is blue.
Or no, Shiri. It's grey.
Actually, it's black.
Yeah, he's a professor.
Then how about the grass is green?
Fair enough.
Now it's sequel setup time. Well, a bit.
Guy Ritchie is Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, he's so
And
devious.
how come Britain hasn't drowned by now?
Yeah. In fact, my boss is so devious. Even he knows you're going to try and find him, so he planned plastic surgery.
Well, I guess to answer that, since there are a lot of seaside towns in Britain, the water always has quite a lot of places to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, you'll be back.
A city that's mostly on hills, so that helps.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There's him hanging. Well, come on, guys. Let's not keep Mark Strong hanging around. He's got to do John Carter soon. Back to Baker Street.
There's still one little bit of the mystery left, though.
Yeah. Is Watson really going to move out now?
Wow. I guess he has come to terms.
Yeah. Or maybe there was a warrant out for Blackwood's arrest and he collected the money and used that to buy that ring. Oh. Jesus, Robert. Jesus, Robert. I know the script I know what little script there is for Iron Man 2 was bad, but it wasn't that bad, was it?
Oh,
Oh,
I was actually just, practicing. I was going to play my, career back in the day.
Sir, your career can't die because of one bad movie, surely.
Those were dark times. Anyway, this is how Blackwood managed to survive the quote-unquote hanging earlier.
well, you learn by doing, I guess.
John!
This is a bit extreme.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we'll leave him up until he explains how it happened.
Ah, there you go. Basically, he paid off the executioner to actually have the weight hanging off his waist, not his neck.
Clever
I
use
guess
of
anyone
physics.
can be bribed in these times.
Yeah.
Pedro's asking Dwibs, why did you think he was drunk most of the movie?
um, easy. It's like he's. I got it. Before he signed on to do this movie, he read Iron Man 2's pages, not script, pages, and he knew that film was going to sting, so he decided to do this one
Oh
to try and
no, the
distract
poor
him a little
dog.
bit. And yes, the dog is still lying around.
Well, Holmes kind of uses him for tests. Thankfully,
puppy.
But I'm on a break. Oh. Oh no, Officer him died. There you are, Professor Moriarty. There's our sequel setup. Wow, even we have a secret service. Wow, Moriarty must be I know Moriarty's a genius, but he really planned every single step.
Uh-huh.
Can you unpack them again, please? But sir, we spent the last day doing all the packing. There you go. There's the hat. Well, that was Sherlock Holmes 2009.
All right.
Thoughts?
It was
That was pretty
great.
all right. And the British accents were all right too.
Well, most of the cast are British.
I know, but for those who aren't, they did a pretty good job.
Okay,
You hear
Jova?
a couple of slip-ups here and there, but yeah, they did a good job.
From Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Jova, what about you?
Jova?
Oh, he's burped.
You go ahead then.
Okay then. This film's actually this film's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, I can't say whether it's entirely accurate to Sherlock Holmes' lore, but yeah, for what it is, it's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, even though Downey's accent is a little bit off and on. In terms of playing Sherlock Holmes, he's fine enough. You know, he's got his social awkwardness down pat. I like Jude Law as Watson. I really like Mark Strong, the villain, but then again, he's Mark Strong. He can play a villain in his sleep. And yeah, I mean, the only problem I have is that the plot does feel a little bit out of focus, which I think is solved more in the sequel. And the action scenes, while they were, you know, just a bit, they were the typical slow-mo-y, little quickie cut shots that Guy Ritchie likes to use. I can follow it easy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, good, Joe. Joe, I was contemplating doing my American accent imitation of you for a second there. You go ahead and give your final thoughts.
Yeah, I find this definitely a spectacular film. Guy Ritchie, Robert Downey Jr., and the whole cast come together to make a very good picture. The mystery is well thought out, the clues are well kept and hidden, and you still can catch on with it, even without being a big Sherlock Holmes fan, whether or not. It's also a good way to get introduced to the series. And yeah, the music is good. Absolutely. And it definitely gets me hyped for the sequel.
Which is what we will get to next time, hopefully with paid you on board because he couldn't attend this one because, well, he's recovering from a fever. So join us next time when we look at the 2011 sequel, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Oh my god, at this rate, if that first movie comes out, it'll have been a much longer duration.
Yep. See you then.
See ya.
See ya.